Hi, welcome back to the Knit for Brains podcast. I'm Laura Brady.
I'm Karen Miller.
This is episode 99. So, big 100 next time.
Yes, which means...
giveaway.
Yay!
So, stay tuned next time. I'll come up with something. Maybe a bag and yarn.
I'm sure we got
something.
stuff.
Yeah, we got stuff. Yeah, we got stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so we are a knitting, crafting, sewing, crocheting, needlework, whatever.
Laughing podcast.
We are located in Bradley, Illinois, which is 60 miles south of Chicago. We have a Ravelry group. We have a Facebook group. We're on Instagram, lost my train of thought. And I have a Etsy store, which is Knit for Brains Designs. Karen.
You can find me on Instagram and on Ravelry as Loopy Stitcher. And also on Ravelry, I still have the one sole pattern up for my hat underneath Loopy Stitcher's design.
It's probably going to be a noisy episode. Still recovering from sinuses in the Midwest. This is week 4.
This weather has been crazy. Like today is like
Almost
like an Indian summer. Yeah, like the last 2 days.
But what's funny is, so I've had this is week 4 that I've had this, which I've gotten better. I don't have like as much fluid in my ears. Before, when I went like this, it was like there was an ocean in my head. Like I could literally hear.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's gotten warmer, it's actually gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I literally have been through antibiotics, steroids, 3 boxes of Sudafed, and I started Zicam last week, and that really seemed to kick it into gear. I'll tell you what that is. I know it's pretty much just like vitamin C.
Yeah.
But it tends to help. I don't know why I didn't take it sooner, other than I just didn't want to go to the store. So I told my boss, I'm like, next time I get really bad, don't even say anything. Just run to Walmart and get me Zicam. She's like, will do. Because I go through this every single year. Last year it lasted for like a month and a half. Yeah.
Midwest.
Well,
Allergies.
They're harvesting everything right now, too. So that's been interesting. Because they did the bean field that's like right behind my work there.
Mm.
Which was kind of funny because it brought the coyotes out.
Really?
Yeah, we had truck the one morning. It was like 5 a.m. And the one girl that works with me was like, there's a stray dog out front. I think we need to go see if we can catch it. I look out there. No, Laura's not going out there. That ain't a dog. Like walking right in front of the store door.
Wow.
Yeah, so, well, you know, the farmers are disturbing where they've been staying at. So, yeah. Alrighty.
See goodies.
Shop update. Yes, yep. I got some goodies. Not as much as I had hoped for because sinuses.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to slow down the last couple days because I can feel my neck going. So, but I got
That's
some good.
quite a bit.
I mean, I got a good size set. Well, I had 2 more fabrics I actually was hoping to get completed, but there was no way. It wasn't happening. So, sock bags. I have some little wintry owls.
Those are cute.
Those are adorable. And it's like a burgundy inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got 2 of those. And then I got some little winter garments. I'm not sure what I'm calling this one yet. But little gloves and scarves and whatnot.
Winter warmth. There you
that's
go.
a good one. And then I did this really pretty green inside because it kind of matches.
Yeah.
Little mittens and stuff. So that sock bag, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. How about a moose? And I was backwards. I thought at first it was a reindeer.
Well, when I first looked down, I thought it was a reindeer, but nope, that's not.
But then I was told it was not. It is a moose.
Yeah.
I don't know my animals, I guess. Got like a greenish blue inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got 2 of those. Also, sock bags. We have some wintry gnomes. And inside's green. There's like little forest animals in there too. So I've got 3 of those. I also have that available in the medium size. The inside is green. With the medium size, you also get the needle keeper. Look how fun. They're like going down in the sled. You almost hear them going, whee! I didn't stop there, though. I got the larger drawstring ones. And these are the ones that have the real nice handles. And then inside, there are 6 pockets for all... We'll just do it this way. For all sorts of goodies. I don't know why I don't think ahead of time to flip one inside out. So, yeah, 2 there, 1 big one, and it's the same on the opposite side. We'll just leave it like that because I got to do pictures yet. And I've got 3 of those. Oh, stay. And then in the knitting phrases, I have 3 sock bags. The insides are red. This is one of my favorite fabrics. Well, it's bright and cheery, and then when I learned how to knit, I forgot how to cook. Life is short,
That's
knit fast.
true.
If I knit fast enough, does it count as aerobics? I say yes, because you get credit on your watch if you knit fast enough. You do. True story. So I got 3 of the sock bags. And then I have 2 of those made into the drawstring bags with the 6 pockets on the inside. So 2 of those. And that is it for this time. There are a few Halloween bags left. Not a whole lot, but there are a few in the shop as well. So there's these. There's some other ones. I do have, I don't know, I think 3 or 4 patterns available in there as well. Soon to be a couple more if I get moving. Well, you know. I got very, very distracted this week. I was here, there, and everywhere.
That happens.
So, what is going on in our Ravelry group? We have some knit-alongs. We have the dishcloth along, which ends December 31st. The sweater cal was supposed to end November 1st. Whips are welcome in any of these. Sweater can be for any size. We don't care. It can be baby, dog, hamster, adult, whatever sweater you're making. Gift and Knits Cal is also running until December 31st. Size does not matter. You do not have to use a certain gram amount or anything. It's whatever you are knitting and giving as a gift.
And not to yourself.
Yes. You wouldn't think we'd have to say that, but we do. Well, I had a few people last year that tried to slide in some gifts to themselves. Which, you know, I do believe in gifting things to yourself, but not for this cal.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I'm one of those shoppers that it's like, oh, this would be a nice Christmas present for them, and oh, let me get one for myself. It happens sometimes. So, you have any foes?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty.
I have 1, 2, 3 finished objects.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 in dishcloths.
Why don't you start?
Okay. I spent a lot of time watching TV this last couple weeks. I did.
We compare
we do.
series that we're watching.
Ask what we're watching on Netflix and Amazon, and I did finish Lucifer because I had mentioned I was watching that. So I'm up to date on that until the next season comes out, which is the final season. So then I didn't know what to watch. So I kept going through recommended. I tried a couple of them, and I ended up on The Vampire Diaries. I just started this because I wasn't watching it when you were over last Sunday.
No, you were still on Lucifer.
Yeah. I'm already on season 4. And there's only 5 seasons. So I'm going to be which chances are, I'm going to be honest with you, I'll probably finish tomorrow.
Was that a regular TV or was that actually a Netflix original?
I think that was TV.
It was a TV?
I believe so. I could be wrong though, but I think it was TV. I'm probably going to watch the rest of it tomorrow. I don't, other than taking pictures for the shop, I'm probably going to take a down day. So I'm going to be scrambling looking for something to watch again.
Yep.
That's okay though. All right, let me start with the things that I actually had started last time. Because I also cast it on stuff since last time and have finished it as well. So, socks out of Monster Mash, which is from Arkansas Yarn Co. I finished those up.
Those are real cute.
Those really cute. Yeah, I like the way that the yarn knit up.
Yeah.
So I finished those. Oh, why do I try, guys? It'll be dealt with later.
Just wait.
Just. Oh, the other thing I had that I had been working on. Oh, I guess those were kind of loud. Sorry. The sock lockers, as always, were from Knitting Left. My ginger snap bag. I had just started this last time we recorded because I had started it in one pattern and then I tore it out and I started it in a different pattern. So the pattern I ended up doing, which I had already done one previously, was the Close to You pattern. And I was told from a viewer that this is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's a really nice one skein project. I do have it. So this was the yarn I used, and it is Strawberry Shortcake from Arkansas Yarn Co. I'm not even going to try to put it in the vase. I've learned, folks. I thought I had it cleared up enough that I could fit some stuff in there. I guess I could take my stitch marker off. And I want to say...
That's not where you were at the last time.
Yes.
That was. Wow.
I had that much done, and 2 days after the podcast, I think I finished it. Like, I went like crazy on this, guys. And this is a beautiful pattern. Like, you start knitting it, and you do not want to stop. It's one of those that it flies off the needles. Look how pretty that is.
Yeah.
And it's actually a nice, for being a one skeiner, it's a nice, sizable
yeah. It's got a lot of length to it.
Yeah. So, those were 2 of the projects you had seen previously. My fingerless mitts, I have not worked on at all, which is really dumb because I just have thumbs. But whatever. Elmo, I have not crocheted on at all, so let's update on those 2 projects. But in the meantime, where'd I go first? I did these next. I kicked up some more sock yarn, and this is a mystery yarn because I ordered it from a D-stash. And it was in a gobstopper ball, but there was no band. And the lady did not know who it was from or anything. But I really didn't care. I thought it was pretty. It looked interesting. It was good priced. So I finished those. I think they came out really cute.
Mm-hmm.
They were very interesting.
Yeah. It's a very different kind of striping.
Isn't it? Oh, yeah. Well, and I was laughing because we always talk about how we like where there's a speckled stripe.
Mm-hmm.
And this one actually has a few in a row, which I thought was interesting.
Except for the black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, got those done. We need a bigger table. Then...
Need a shelf.
Yeah, that was something. And all of these have been in sock bags that I make. The next yarn I caked up, mainly because it was half a skein already in a cake, so I just had to divide the cake, is from Crochet 1, Knit 2. And it is the Lane colorway, so a Gilmore Girls. So I started those, and I finished those. So I found out I can knit a pair of socks in 3 evenings. Well, I've been asked this question before. How long, like if I was
We talked about this last Sunday. Wasn't it last Sunday that we talked about it? Because somebody asked me.
Yeah.
Sunday before that. Somebody asked me, how long does it take you to knit a pair of socks? I said, well, for me, if that's all I was knitting, probably a week or 2. But I know other people that it doesn't take much time at all.
Yeah. Basically,
and can knit other things and finish them.
Yeah, I was surprised how many pairs of socks I got done this time. I was like, wow, it's like a sock machine.
And your hands, were they hurting at any point?
My hands never hurt from doing socks, ever. They were hurting from doing 2 other projects that I'm working on right now. But socks are kind of when my hands start hurting from doing other things, I go to socks, and socks for some reason
That's
do
funny,
not hurt my hands.
I do have problems sometimes because I know it's how tight I hold the yarn. And
during these 3 pairs of socks, I broke 2 more pairs of signature needles. I am now officially out of signature needles. I had to, on one of my whips, transfer stitches over to a pair of Zings, which are the ones I've always used prior to signature. And that was one question I did get in the comments, was if I am a tight knitter. I've always been I used to be a really, really tight knitter. Now that I knit and knit and knit, and that's like all I do, it's definitely has loosened up, but to most people is still probably pretty tight.
Well, because you had a lot of problems with that with your hats for a while.
Yes. I actually, my next FO, I had a bit of an issue with as far as the sizing, but I blocked the you-know-what out of it.
I had a period, too, especially with hats.
Yeah, hats are a crapshoot with me.
Struggled with in terms of if they were, if there was enough stretch to get it on your dang head. That's
hats are also one of those things that make my hands hurt.
Mm.
So it's basically knitting in the round. Hats are the worst because typically you're using a thicker yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to, if I'm using a thicker yarn, plus with the thicker yarn, you're using a bigger needle.
Mm-hmm.
That affects my hand. I started a sweater, and that's knitting in the round, and yeah, my thumbs were really bothering me last night.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, as I'm watching the vampires, I'm like knitting like a mad woman. So that didn't, yeah. And I sit for hours on end. Like, it's nothing for me to sit there for 4 or 5 hours and knit in the evening.
Yeah.
I don't have kids. I mean, I have a kid, but I don't have little kids. It's me and my husband. I really don't have to get up out of my couch if I don't want to.
And there are days when it's just you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The shifts, because he works.
He does swing shifts, so a lot of times he's on nights. So I'll get interest. He'll leave at like 6 o'clock, and I'll knit from 6 all the way till sometimes midnight, 1 o'clock before I go to bed. So, yeah, I have a lot of knitting time. So, and even when he's even when he's home, I do knit a lot. And even like if we go anywhere, I always have my knitting with. I typically don't tend to go anywhere without it.
Yeah.
Even when we're out thrifting and stuff, I always have it with me.
So here's a funny story. Speaking of bringing your knitting with you.
Oh boy.
Okay. So I've also gotten a habit of every time I go out, I bring knitting with me. And I had to consciously leave my knitting in the car this weekend because we went out to dinner for our anniversary and I didn't think it would be too cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm out to knit, not paying attention.
I still would have been knitting.
I know you would have.
But
I knit on the way there, and
I do pay attention when I'm knitting, and I don't have to look at my knitting. Like if I'm knitting socks, which is my typical go-to for going out.
Yeah.
And it would probably freak my husband out if I didn't have my knitting with. Quite honestly. Yeah. He'd wonder what was going on. Yep. Dishcloths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them this time. This was some yarn that I picked up at Goodwill recently. You guys hadn't even seen it. I held it double because it was a little thin. So I think that puts me to 120. How many did I say? 126, I believe. So there's that. Okay.
We're moving on to Walmart now. From Target to Walmart.
Last FO.
That's who she's planning on supplying.
It's a hat, which I also keep in a sock bag. Because, well, that's just me. All right, so let's talk yarn first. I know I have the tag in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It is Malabrigo Rios Sandstorm. This is one of the skeins I picked up at Goodwill. The pattern, I don't remember the name of it. Or who it is by. It is a paid for pattern. Oh, okay, I do remember this. I heard about this designer from the guys at Needles at the Ready. Hi, guys. Because they're actually doing a knit along. I'd like to say that I'm going to take pictures and actually do a project page and enter it into your knit along, but I'm not good with that.
Near mine.
A lot of times I do participate in the knit alongs. I just don't enter them. I might try to actually leave this sitting out on my cutting table and maybe it'll get injured. We'll see. So it is the Quadruple Down Beanie by Benjamin Matthews Designs. And there's a picture of him wearing it. And he has a bunch of different designs. There was, I think it's one of his cowls I picked out as well. I'm going to purchase. And this is actually going to be a Christmas gift. So it was really, really small. So I blocked it. And it will fit a man's head now. Because I went before. Except for when I blocked it, I should have made sure like this was in the center. So I might end up reblocking it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But yeah. I'm going to make Brett try it on, but it looks big now. So like I tried it on and I could fit it over my booth, and it came down to my,
booth?
Yeah, my booth. I don't know what to call this thing. It's in a pony, but it's not.
But it's not quite.
I don't know if there's a name for it. Laziness. I'm not a girly girl. Only thing girly about me is my nails. So yeah, I fit over my booth. Like before I blocked it, it was like here. Like it was not, there was no way. So I believe this is actually going to go to Phil, Alisha's husband, for Christmas because he's not had a hat in quite a while because Alisha doesn't have a whole lot.
Yeah, the babies.
So yeah, I think he'll like it. He probably won't know what color it is, but that's fine. Well, he's colorblind, so
Yeah. It
We
won't
can-
make a difference.
we can tell him what it looks like. I mean, so yeah, I will actually try to get a picture, and possibly my project page will be pathetic. It'll just be
So that's kind of like DK weight, probably.
worsted.
Worsted weight?
Yes,
Okay.
worsted weight. So,
Okie dokie.
yes. Yep. All right, you're up, Karen. What you got?
Woohoo! All
I'm
right.
sorry I took so long.
No, you're fine. You are fine. I was really close the last time. In fact, I don't even know if we really could have considered them. But I did have my daughter try them on. So my lid, I only had the little bitty bit to go.
I bet she loved those too. I
Oh
love
yeah,
that
she
yarn.
did,
It's so pretty.
and I was really interested because this is my first pair of Rose City rollers. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, shorties, and I actually like the pattern quite a bit, and actually like the way the heel fit better. But
So the pattern has an actual heel built into the pattern?
yes, this
Okay.
is the heel for the actual pattern itself. But I like that it was still shorties and stuff, and it seemed to go.
How did you like
quicker.
doing cuff down versus our toe up?
The first, my, I think the hardest problem for me was the way I cast on does not lend itself to being able to do them two at a time. So I had to play around quite a bit. And then once I got to the point where I actually got them the way they needed to be, I was fine the rest of it was just like knitting.
Which
You know,
explains
but-
why, because I know a lot of people, when they do cuff down to do two at a time, they actually cast on two separate needles and then
Mhm.
combine it.
And you'll see later what I'm doing.
Which, I mean, if that's what works for you, that's what works for you.
So this is the
Okay, now
yarn.
keep in mind,
And this
she knit
is
a pair.
the second pair.
Yes, and I knit a pair.
This is Desert Vista Dye Works.
Yes.
And
Speckled jelly beans.
I didn't use a secondary color. I don't think you did
No,
either.
I did not. Nope.
So, that's nice to know. And also the toe that I did was not for the pattern. The toe that I used, because Megana does complain about the extra material.
Mm.
So I did use my anatomically correct version for the toes. So the toes were not according to the pattern. But yeah, and it's speckly and sparkly, and she really liked them, and she's like, "Ooh, these fit nice." And it was funny because I was like, "Are these too long? Do I need to go cut it back
Mhm.
and restart the toe?" Because I was thinking it was going to be too long. She tried them on, and I was like, "Those are perfect." Literally, she took them off, and I just seamed them for the
Kitchener, it's done.
I kitchenered them together, and they were done. So. Okay.
No,
So this next one, I don't think I had not cast it on the last time. I did the Rocky Ridge hat.
I did so many of them. You needed to do one, didn't you?
I was like, yeah.
It's a really nice pattern, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. And the yarn I used is by Honeybee Knits, which again, she's not dyeing anymore, unfortunately. The colorway is called Old Denim. Oh, I can't speak.
Old denim.
Yeah, that word. It's a DK. It's 100% superwash. It's extremely soft. And this is how much I had left after I made quite a bit.
Oh, wow, you got a lot left.
I actually am going to rewind that so it's... And I made an adult hat. And actually, I didn't quite follow the pattern on the needle size you were supposed to. But it'll...
I did, and mine
definitely-
worked out, but I used fingering held double,
And
although I
there's
did a
still
DK one,
even-
too.
So it goes over the ears and everything.
It's just a really nice hat
Yeah.
pattern. It's interesting enough to keep your interest, but not so interesting and complicated that you can't watch shows. It's because we're
Yep.
TV watchers.
And I think this will actually work. I might even give it to Buddy for Christmas.
Oh, see?
So
See, we are knitting for the Gift that Knits Cal, even though we can't enter.
I've actually kind of been in a knit. I've been
You've
in
been in a snit?
been a lot of things apparently. I've been in the mood to start knitting hats again. I don't know. I can't say it's been the weather the last couple of days. I don't know if it's because Christmas is coming around the corner and I'm trying to think of things that I can do quick for family, for gifts. Maybe it's because we started the cow.
See,
the cow.
I don't knit a lot of gifts because, well, my family, the women, all knit and crochet. I do a few for like people at work and stuff, and like a couple friends, but I don't really like for Alisha, Phil, and Peanut. I usually crochet something, some sort of stuffy, which I think Alma will be for her Christmas, and then the new item I casted on for her, I think, will be for Christmas too.
Okay. I finished. I have not made it into the magnet. One of my little
That's really pretty.
cross stitch kits that I got when we went on our little trip. The company is Mill Hill, so I'm sure you could probably purchase it just about. And this one's called Autumn Harvest Collection. And it actually gives you everything to create it. And I have the magnet also. So there's a magnet. So I will be cutting this out and probably getting some felt to put on the back. Let's see, okay, there, not bad. It almost looked like they're pumpkins on the back side. Really fun. A little frog. So my plan is to make them into magnets and give them to my mom. We'll talk about the next one in the whips and my realization of what I did.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and you'll get a kick out of it. But that was fun. It was a nice change. Got me back into the swing of doing cross stitch again, because that was actually my first craft, was cross stitch.
I thought about picking mine up after you showed yours, and then I didn't.
You looked at it.
I just got so distracted this last. I don't know. I looked at a lot of stuff, and it just didn't happen.
Yep.
Is that it for folks?
Yep. That's
all right.
That's how we goes. Finish objects.
Let me run through coupon codes. 33, 39. Set that one for last. If you use code KFB20 at Showreel Studios, you will receive 20% off your entire order. Lollipop Girl Yarns on Etsy. KFB15 for 15% off her hand-dyed yarns and patterns. Tiddly Bakes. Use code KFB10 for 10% off. Cherry Pie Cottage on Etsy. Use discount 100. If you spend $100, you get 10% off. Okay, Skyly Knits Fiber Arts on Etsy. Use code KFB19 for 15% off. Amanda Rake Cole on Ravelry for her patterns. Use code KFB19 for 20% off. I was asked to do a little public service announcement because I know we had a couple people that used the coupon code for Lollipop Girl Yarn Halloween Advent. It has not shipped out yet. It will be shipping out on Tuesday. She is running a little behind because unfortunately, pretty quickly and unexpectedly, her mother passed away. So just know it is being shipped out. Okay. Whips.
I got those.
Alrighty. You probably got more than me.
Maybe.
I only have 3.
So I'll continue on this discussion.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So we'll keep it. Okay. So I was like, oh, that was so much fun. I'll pick out of I ended up picking this one. This is the one I'm working on now. Again, same company. It's part of their Autumn Harvest
It has a name down there at the bottom.
Oh, I guess this one was called Pumpkin Trio. And then this one is called Taboo Kitty. Okay. Notice the black.
Oh, do you see me sweat?
So,
Visually challenged.
well, that's the topic we're going to talk about. Okay.
I was supposed to get an eye exam in March. I still haven't gone.
Okay.
Why go? I'm going to fail.
I'm doing okay. It obviously so far looks like a cat. It's a lot. Well, this one is at least on the brown with black yarn. The other two kits that I bought
Are black on black.
it's black mesh. I was like,
What were you thinking?
That's what I was wondering. I was like,
Okay,
obviously, I was distracted because you touched yarn you weren't supposed to.
Well, there was
That's
that.
my excuse.
There was that, but there was also the part of we walked up to this particular store and went, "Oh, it's big. Oh, there's fabric. Oh, there's cross stitch. Oh, there's yarn." Like it was kind of like
Overload.
yeah. So I'm sure that's
So I didn't quite pay attention
because
when
I didn't
picked
tell
them
you
up.
about my reaction until after you already.
Had picked up at least one of these,
Yeah.
and I was like really entrenched into the cross stitch section. I think I spent most of my time actually there.
Well, you now know not to let me go off wandering on my own, don't you?
Apparently, need to get a leash for Laura.
I mean,
But
at least
I will-
had Benadryl with me.
I will do the other two. I will do them all. But I was just like, I shook my head when I picked them out. I'm like, oh, that was so easy. And I'm like, oh, these other two have black mesh.
You need,
And then I picked out the third one. I was like, oh, it's all black.
you need to do those when you're at my house, where
Where
you
I
have
have a
your
light. Yeah.
And I think Brett has like this thing. It's a
I got one. I actually, not too long ago, bought one that has it's got a string on it and it just kind of sits and it's got a light underneath. My only problem is the light is like these two teeny itty bitty little.
Yeah, but if you had that over here with your hot light,
Yeah.
you'd be golden.
Well, and I told Chuck today, we've had some issues going on because his work has really like cut back some hours and he's been sick a few times, and without him having vacation time, that obviously cuts into things. So we're getting back to our recovery stage, and I looked at him, I said, I need a new lamp. And he kind of looked at me, and I'm like, the one that's been out for like 2 months.
We don't have that over here. She comes over here and sits down and turns her light on. She goes, "Oh, that's what color my yarn is." You should hear, "Oh, look, there is blue in there."
Oh, look, I have Halloween napkins.
Oh, yes. She was quite excited today when she walked in. She noticed on her table, I have her a napkin holder.
Mm-hmm.
Because then Brett, when he brings popcorn and snacks in, doesn't have to remember to bring her napkins as well. They're right there for her.
Yep.
And she had some just plain blue ones. And I remembered last night, I'm like, oh, Karen's coming in. It's October, so I put her some special Halloween ones out.
First thing I noticed.
Yeah, she walks in the house, like immediately she said, I got Halloween napkins. I'm like, she's so easily
It doesn't
pleased.
take much.
It's the small things. Well, and was it 2 times ago that Brett surprised you with your mug?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She has her own special cup for when she's over here.
I now bring...
I have to say
I
that.
used to stop, go through the drive-thru and get my fountain pop. But now I bring my own pop. Because I have my really cold mug.
Yeah.
And first thing I do is go get my cute ice.
You know,
Fill this puppy up.
that also does crushed ice. I don't know if you know
Yeah, it's
that.
got crushed ice too.
Yeah. So, yeah, he got the special mug for her with the straw, metal straw. So,
And I can even, because now I have not one but 2 coasters.
yes.
Because just, I have a can and I can put the can on one coaster and I can put this on the other.
Yeah, she's got quite the setup.
Not to mention the hooks for my,
Snuggies.
my snuggie blanket that my mother-in-law made for Megana with Tinkerbell on it. It's scary. You really should put it
It hangs on the door.
It hangs on the door.
Have a coat rack hanging right by her spot. So.
I told her, it's getting colder now, so slippers should be coming out.
Yeah,
So
well, her table that she has that has the one light on it, it has like an underneath like magazine kind of rack thing, and I told her, I was like, I think I have like a project bag under there. I'm like, I'll take the project bag out. You can put some slippers under there, whatever you might need.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
Well, it's just like that one. When we were gone when I was gone for so long, because everything was, we had to be sheltered, and I opened the door. I'm like, I'm home.
Yeah,
I'm in the back. Come on back.
Something's majorly wrong if Karen's not here on a Sunday. I told her last Sunday, I'm like, look, I hope you're still feeling okay, because I said, I'm still sick. I'm like, just want to let you know. And she's like, okay, well, as long as you feel up to it, I'll be over at 6. I'm like,
nobody's running a temperature. Nobody's,
Well, and
I did check.
she had already been around me for 3 weeks anyways, and most of it's just like sinus drainage, you know. I mean, it is what it is. So I love it.
It's just funny because I really don't do much of that cross stitch. I do it during the day because then the light from the window is better. I can't do it at night sitting. I mean, because then I'm like,
you'd probably
because you
probably could here because you have 2 lights. So
yeah.
What else you whipping on?
Okie dokie.
I know you got more.
Oh yeah. So you guys have seen this yarn before. And it's so pretty.
Oh. Don't mind me, I'm picking up balls.
Let's see. This was the one that we did the whole discussion. Is it purple or is it brown?
No, it's not brown.
It's purple.
It's purple.
This one's called, I don't know if it's
Stardust?
No, Stardust is the base. This one colorway is called Budding Maple.
Oh.
And it's 438 yards of superwash merino, nylon, and stellina, 75, 20, and 5. And this is by Y Knot Fibers. And they are a alloneword.com. Oh, looks like they're in Michigan. Got this several years ago at one of the yarn festivals I had gone to. And that was being paired with Yarn Cafe Creations. This poor tag is looking a little sad. This is an older colorway, obviously. It's never a mannequin, and this is her twinkle fingering weight. Again, 70, 25, 5 superwash, nylon, and stellina. And this is 436 yards. And those colors were being put together in a Casapinka shawl, which got ripped out.
Okay, you noticed
Yeah,
was and you see the wraps.
See all the wraps. Was, and they're separate now. So I was like, again, in shawl mood. So I picked up an oldie but goodie. I think this is free now.
I'll check, but I think it might have been for a limited time.
Or maybe I did grab it when it was free. I think I may have even actually paid for it. This is called The Changing Staircases by Tristan Molina of Dragon Horde Yarn. And this yarn is by her mom.
Oh, it is free, guys.
Yep.
So, there you go.
Yep.
Show notes for y'all.
So, and it's a one skein shawl.
Yes. And it's another sizable one skein because even when she has this done, like it will look small, but it's one that really grows.
Yeah, so it's got this really fun edging that goes along the way. And it does make a good sizable shawl, especially once you block it and get all the...
Yeah, I think I've knit like, 5 of those at least?
Yeah, at one point, that's all.
Yeah. It's a
you
really,
and Alisha
really,
both, I think, did a couple of them.
It's a really nice pattern.
It's a really nice pattern.
My mom did one too.
Easy to memorize.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I picked up. This is in one of my first bags that somebody made me that before she was even an Etsy store. Okay. So this is another new project. I told you guys I was in a hat mood. I actually may tear this one out and recast on. This is not normally a paid for pattern. This popped up in a free knitting group.
Wait. Oh yeah, I got that one too when it went up. I belong to a Facebook group that was like free patterns, and I sent her an invite, so now she's in there.
I seen this, and I was like, "Ooh, that's pretty." Okay, so this is called Autumn Weaves Beanie, and it's by Lindsay. I have no clue. Fasane of Chesapeake Needle, and here is. Pattern. It's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And here, this is a better picture that has the actual kind of... So doesn't it look fun? So I did cast it on, and it's on worsted weight. The yarn that I grabbed is by Supernova Dye Works of Michigan, Nashira DK. The colorway is called I Think I'm Adorable. It's 100% superwash. This is the colorway. It's very green. And got some browns and blacks in it. And actually, this will end up being for my husband. So obviously, he's not going to want a pom-pom.
Yeah, no.
So I just have the ribbing on it, but I think I'm going to have to rip her out because it's like almost like too big.
You think?
Like, look at that.
Oh, you cast it on too loose.
Uh-huh.
That's what it is. It's not that the amount of stitches.
Yeah.
Your cast on was too loose.
Yeah. I've been doing a new cast on lately. That's because I do have trouble with casting on and still being like just because when I cast on tight. But probably with the number of stitches that were on here, I probably could have gotten away with a long tail and with no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm going
to
have to do is go back and do that. So I will have more progress next time after I tear it out and start all over again. So
it happens.
It does. But that's a worsted weight yarn, so. And I'm on a smaller needle than I think the pattern calls for, so that's not the reason. It's the whole cast on method that I used.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is called cable cast on. Which is a looser. I don't have to worry about running out
a little too loose.
And this one's definitely, and when I read the number of stitches, I was like, maybe I should do a long tail. Nah, I've been doing the other one. That's been working for the last 4 or 5 hats I've done. Fool on me. Oops. Okay. Next one.
It keeps going and
It keeps going and going. I made a lot of progress on my socks.
Penguin soup.
Penguin soup. Obviously not that much, but somebody complimented.
And that one was, I loved that fabric.
And let's see, I was where the red marker is, and I knit that much on 2 pairs of socks at a time. Cool. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Plus finishing a sock. 2 more projects to go.
Alrighty. She has the whips today, folks.
I got the whips. That's where I can fill in. I have well and good intentions.
I mean, I have whips. I just haven't worked on
This one's barely there.
most of them, so.
So I cast on a sock for Megana for the Roll City Rollers. And this is one of Night Owl Fibers 2019 Harry Potter Club. Well, that really
Like the monthly club.
Monthly club. So, of course, it's not available right now. And I just barely have it, like an inch or so. And I'm doing one sock. And this one actually looks really wide compared to the other. So this might be another one where I might be pulling it out and doing...
Are you using different needles?
Nope.
Or is it just
Same
the yarn,
exact
difference
needles.
in yarn?
It's different, the difference in yarn. Same exact needles as I used for the other pair. Just different makeup. Completely. I could be... Let's see if I can do this without something like falling all over the place. Yeah. Well, maybe not.
No. I think it's because they're not rolled as much yet.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Maybe
that's
not.
about the same.
It just looks big.
I think as you go, it'll be okay.
And I've got it kind of stretched out.
Yeah.
So.
I think you'll be good.
Yeah. And my last one. I was really hoping to be done with this. I am just like, literally, I am probably about 4 rows away from being done.
So they'll be done next time.
So 4 rows, and of course, the long time it's going to take. The evening of cast off that it's going to take me to cast off all these stitches that I put on here. But I've tried it on. It's a concept.
I mean, if you feel the need to double check your knitting.
Well, and the only problem is, of course, that because there's so many stitches on there, it bunches up.
Yeah, so you guys aren't going to be able to see it very well. She's on like the shawl collar.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be very easily seen.
Yeah.
But
like,
yeah, there's just no.
Yeah, there's no way to.
Yeah. It's basically just
knitting.
like the collar part. So
I'm knitting all the way around.
It'll be much easier to show once it's done.
Literally, I got fuzzies going.
Why do you keep throwing your fuzzies on my floor? God, I'm gonna have to make you run the vacuum.
Apparently.
I mean, all you gotta do is reach down and hit the button, and it runs itself.
That's going to take a lot of effort.
I know.
Let me
Well, you don't even
have to bend. Should do this or not.
You don't have to bend over.
Okay.
All you do is lift your leg and tap it with your toe. I was thinking I need to run it tomorrow. I was like, oh, I need to vacuum tomorrow. And I kind of giggle every time I say I need to vacuum because it's like you hit a button.
Yeah.
Gotta love those things.
Yeah. So.
Other than you have to make sure no yarn is coming out of your lower cubbies because Roombas like to eat yarn.
Yeah. So it actually calls for like 3 inches. I'm at 3 inches right now, which is
but
from
we've
here.
discussed-
But we've already discussed this. And it's just a matter of how big of a shawl collar do I want to have at this point.
I mean, you have the yarn,
So-
so
Literally, and I'm still probably going to have leftover. I mean, I'm at this point.
We always do.
There's of the yarn. I had ordered extra. It is the vintage DK, Baroque vintage DK. You guys have seen it before many times, as it takes me forever to. And the sweater is called Jenny, Ginny, by Andrea Mowry, which is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. So, but I tried it on. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this, a lot, because the yarn is very squishy, and and it's a cardigan, so I can put it on, and as she can attest to, I can put it on and take it off as it when I need
put it on,
to
take
when
it
I
off,
get
put it
hot.
on, take it off, put it on, take it off.
I think she counts. Like at one point, I have no blanket.
And it's not, yeah, I was going to say, it's not just her sweater, it's her blanket over her lap, too.
Mm-hmm. And then I have my little llama blanket that has been, which is black and white, by the way. And my Tinkerbell blanket, which is like this fluorescent bright green and purple.
She's like an Eskimo.
Yeah.
It's
so,
really ridiculous.
like tonight, I started off with nothing. Because when I went to go out to eat, it was so
the thing is, though, you probably won't put much on tonight because it's still 68 degrees out.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's that warm, in the evening, my house tends to get.
Although, last weekend, you came over by my chair for something. And she's like, is there like an extra breeze? And I said,
yeah,
see, it's
like,
not just
I could just feel cold air over by her recliner. I turned the fan off for her, which is a lot for me because, like, I'm always hot.
She was like, no wonder why you're cold.
Yeah. But, yeah, there was a breeze over on her side.
It's just, it's life.
I'm like, man, I should have that seat because I'd enjoy that breeze.
Okay.
You wouldn't see me covering up.
That's it. That's
all right.
The last of it.
I have a few whips. Oh. All of them are new.
I need a little Dots bag.
I know. Isn't this the cutest? This is like one of my favorites. I say that with all of them. I love all my babies. So it was time to cast on more socks. And yet again, I was feeling lazy and didn't want to take out everything. So I grabbed another half skein.
There you go.
This one is also from Crochet One Knit 2, and this one is called Chilton.
Is that another?
Yes, Laura, we are podcasting. And Laura sent me this yarn.
Oh, so it's another Gilmore reference.
It's another Gilmore Girls.
I never watched that show.
I don't know what the heck is wrong with you. Maybe that's what you should be
I
watching.
need to be educated.
Yeah. You need to be educated. Look how pretty it is. I can't get it to you guys. Look, it kind of matches my nails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it was planned.
No, I didn't plan it. Really, I didn't. My one nail is really bugging me. She started doing, sorry, you might not want to know about my nails. These are my actual nails, but I started breaking the corners. So she started putting like gel over my actual nails. This one's kind of funky. Like she built it up too much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. It's like...
It's, pretty...
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, that one isn't like that.
Yeah.
So she's going to have to be more careful with that because stuff like that will drive my OCD nuts. I'm telling you. Obviously, because I know exactly which nail it is. I'm like, oh. Okay. So, just put these on. Yep. So, not a whole lot to say. And I got my little Luke's mug going on. And I thought I don't know where it's at. If it got put in the wrong cubby, I thought I had a Gilmore Girls sock bag. No, I know I have a Gilmore Girls sock bag. One or two. Like I had my Luke's one using.
I was going to say, there's your Luke's.
But I thought I had one that had...
on the outside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's around somewhere. Yeah.
Cleaned a little too well, did you?
Well, there's going to be some more reorganizing going on in here soon, too.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah.
As long as you don't organize my seat away.
All right. Next up. Oop. My bag from Cherry Pie Cottage, and as you all know, this is Peanut's bag.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a peanut project. Alrighty. So I showed this yarn last time. I gotten it at Goodwill. Cascade Sunseeker. I don't know if it has a color. It's color 36. And this is it's like 40% cotton, 47% cotton, 48% acrylic, 5% metallic. And I actually have some more of this coming in a couple other colors.
Really?
Yes. Guys, I found out where the yarn was coming from at our local Goodwill. And I know the people. Hi. They watch. So we're cutting out the middleman. I'm wheeling and dealing and trading. So I have a bunch of yarn going. So, yeah, it happens. So this is what it looks like. It's got a lot of sparkle to it. And I cast it on. This is a paid for pattern. So when Peanut was little, I had done the free version of this, the newborn baby vertebrae. Well, they also have a paid for version, which is the kitty vertebrae. I'll show you the back. Now I'm not 100%. I'm still deciding. I'm probably actually going to do long sleeves. Is what I'm thinking. Because I have plenty of yarn. If you guys remember, this was the big bag of yarn that I got. They had like 8 or 10 skeins, so I have plenty of yarn. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to do it long sleeves. We'll see. So on this, I am actually, their sizing is weird. I am doing, everything's in centimeters and weird sizing. I will tell you what I'm doing if I can figure it out. Okay. I am doing the 2-year-old size. Or the 52.5 centimeters. That was all a little weird. Okay, so this pattern, let me discuss this for a second. It's well worth the money. So it goes from 12 to 18 months all the way up to 10-year-old. In the pattern, there are directions for fingering weight, DK weight, light worsted weight, heavy worsted / Aran weight, and bulky weight.
Oh.
So this pattern is great.
Yeah.
This is actually considered a DK / lightly worsted. So I went with the DK weight. So, and I'm doing it for 2-year-olds, so even if there's a little bit of, it doesn't make a whole hill of beans. So, you do have to either, well, I just convert things over because everything is in centimeters. So I'm one of those, I just convert it over. I mean, you could use the other side of your tape measure if you wanted to, but I don't know why I insist that I need to use inches. I don't know why. Just me.
That's what you're used to.
You know, I don't like to change things. So, I just cast this on the other night. And I'm going to show you the back side because the front side's hard to see. So, sleeves are on hold. And I've knit all of that.
Wow.
And the reason why I say it's hard to see is because this is an open front. And then you have to put like this little band on it. So it really doesn't look like anything in the front.
Yeah.
But look how sparkly that's going to be on her. Isn't that going to be pretty?
She is going to so love that.
That's what I'm thinking too. So I'm thinking since I did the bigger size, I could save this as a Christmas gift.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm using my little unicorn from Whimsy Sassy. because I had to tie it together. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this is coming out. So this was making my hand hurt too. My fingers, my thumbs. So I did take a break from this and went a little sock crazy. But I did this in a night and a half. So I probably actually could have had it done for this podcast if I kept with it, but well.
Yada, yada, yada.
Distractions. Plus, like,
It's all in good fun.
to-
I know she knits faster than me. Plus, she has more time than I do. We both work.
Yes and no. I mean, we both work. I do spend a lot of time sewing.
Yep.
So,
That's true.
you know, it's,
Yeah.
Some weeks are better than others. And like I said, when I'm not feeling good, I just sit in my recliner, knitting needles in hands. So, all right, next up, new cast on. This I casted on last night. This is what I do. Well, I looked over and I'm like, oh, I'm not working on anything hardly right now.
Well, sometimes you get to that, like you're casting on it, you're just in the mood to cast things on.
Well,
There's nothing wrong with that.
I had finished quite a bit.
Mhm.
So,
Yes, you did.
I mean, yeah. So you've seen this before, because I've made one before. It is potluck pullover. It is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. This time around, I am doing, and I am not keeping this. This is a gift. I want to say it was from 2 years ago, maybe. I think 2 years ago. My advent calendar from Arkansas Yarn Co. So it's just kind of various different yarns, and they are all on Sparkle. This is at the stage, and you guys that saw when I was knitting my other one, that it looks really, really strange.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the whole discussion of, oh, I might need to take this. and
you didn't.
And viewers were like, no, go with it. It looks really strange in the beginning, but it does work out. Keep going, Laura. And I did. And I love the one I made myself, which will get worn as it gets cooler. And it will get worn to go and take pictures of Peanut and hers. So this is the weird looking neck. It doesn't even look like a neck.
Yeah.
This is what happened last time too. So yeah, I cast this on last night, and I've done, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm on my 7th color right now. And I want to say I've got like 10 more rows. And then I split for the sleeves. And if I remember right from last time, once you split for the sleeves and work down a little bit, then this starts looking more like a neckline.
Yeah.
So right now it does not.
Plus the fact that you have it on
I have it very, very short needles. But the reason why I do that is because knitting in the round, this was killing my joint. You can actually hear it cracking when I bend it. My joints and my thumb, just going in the round like that. So I don't want to have to mess and fuss with anything any more than what I have to. And with it being this short, I can continuously knit, and not have to like move anything, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So I'm sure I'll have a lot of progress done on this next time, unless I peter out and get distracted with something else. I promise nothing.
yarn. Oh,
I promise absolutely nothing. Well, because if I actually get moving and I finish the thumbs on those mitts, I've got 6 other skeins pulled for mitts. So, and what I might do with those is I might actually cake up 2 skeins at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3. And knit the main part of the mitts for all 3 skeins, and then go back and do all the thumbs.
Gotcha.
Since I tend to, for whatever reason.
Kind of like heels on a sock. If you have to do the afterthought.
Well, that's a whole nother ball of wax, because, you know, I can't see to pick up stitches.
Even with the extra lighting.
Even with my extra lighting. Yeah. So, yeah. Which I will probably actually be working on this tonight after we are done and are watching podcasts. So, yeah, we watched podcasts last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up crying.
In a good way.
In a good way.
For quite...
We were watching Needles.
Almost had a bathroom inside.
Karen, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom now.
Ray, I so appreciate you.
We were watching Ray and Kevin of Needles at the Ready, and we had mentioned on the last podcast, for whatever reason, we think it's hilarious when Ray has the habit of leaning forward and talking into the mic.
Sounds like he has a DJ voice when he does it.
Yeah, every time. So we always laugh. So I said on the last podcast, hey, Ray, say hi to Karen, when you do that. And several times, and he did it, and we were rolling. Yeah.
And Kevin's response, too. The first
Kevin.
time, he was like holding it in.
How could you not?
And he was just like shaking his head and laughing, just trying to keep it in. So, between the two of you, we really appreciate you.
Oh. It was
you
hysterical.
made our night. You did. It was quite hilarious.
So if you guys haven't checked them out, Needles at the Ready, make sure you check them out. They are one of the regular ones we watch, along with, let's see, Cherry Pie, Night Owl Fibers, Crocheting Hoovian, Happy Little Yarn,
Cozy Up.
Cozy Up, of course, Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits.
Chevy Row.
Yes, she hasn't had one in a bit.
Not in a while.
So, yeah, we have...
We have a list of them.
Yeah.
We go through.
And sometimes we run out.
Yeah.
I've been screenshotting. I have a few... well, I found one new lady. I'll talk about her next time because I don't have the information with me right now, and you haven't checked her out yet. That's pretty fun. She's the one I told you, but I really enjoy her stories. She gets off the beaten path and tells you like a ex-boyfriend story each time, and she's just really funny. So we'll talk about her next time. I'll make notes so I remember, because I'm really bad with names unless I think I've only watched like 2. I think she only has 4 episodes out.
Yeah.
So I'm not like I don't feel like I know her yet, and I don't remember names. So.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for you guys this time.
That's it. Yeah. Because neither one of us have any acquisitions.
No.
Sorry.
I did get yarn in, but they are all gifts, so I won't be showing them on the podcast.
It's already that time of year.
Yes.
She starts early.
All my knitter friends are pretty much done.
I start late.
Yeah, she'll be like, we are complete opposites on that. Yeah. No, I'm pretty much done with most people. So, I guess I still have like the grandbabies to do, but I'll wait closer to time, because otherwise what happens is I buy stuff and I just bring it right over there. Like, here, Peanut, look what Grandma got you.
Yeah.
Every time I go over there, I have something for that kid.
Did you ever end up bringing over all the bouncy balls?
Oh, yes.
Did you end up...
Her ball pit is full.
for her ball pit?
Oh my gosh, the kid.
When we went together...
Okay, I ended up... we had gotten her this Playhouse ball pit thing at Goodwill. It was brand new in the box. Came from a store, and they just, not going to carry it, whatever, and they donate it to Goodwill. So I picked that up, and it had like 20 balls in it. What's the kid going to do with 20 balls? So I started looking at them on like Amazon and stuff, and I'm like, not to be cheap or anything, but that's kind of pricey. So one time that I got a bag of balls from Goodwill. Well, then when we went, I found 2 more bags. Of course, I take these things home, and I have to sit and individually Clorox wipe every ball. So while I did that, I counted them. We had purchased 329 balls.
Holy crapola.
And it was like $8.
Okay, so the funnier part was...
And this kid...
It was at 2 different stores.
Yeah. This kid can bury herself. Like, she gets into this pit, And like she just sinks into it. Yeah,
That's the way it's supposed to be.
it's fun now. Like she couldn't fit any more balls.
Yeah.
Her parents were like, okay, this is good now.
But it was funny because while we were out shopping, she got the first big, I mean, it was a huge bag. And then we go along, and like 3 stores later, she finds another bag, and she's like, "Oh, should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Should?" And she's going through this whole conversation.
And then I walked away.
And walked away, and then Brett comes up, and so she tells Brett, "While you're doing whatever he's doing, why don't you? I saw another bag of the balls for the pit ball thing.
Why don't you go get those?
Would you go get those without batting an eye?" I mean, my husband would have been like, I don't think so, dear. Have you lost it?
He knows how I am.
And he just like, very casually, okay. I ain't got him.
Well, because he was done.
But then afterwards, he's like, I think we might want to, like...
Yeah, I mean, he was right. We had enough balls at that point.
We might be good for a while.
He was done because he hit certain sections, and he was done. And that was the day that we were looking for new clothes for Peanut, because she was going into a bigger size. So we took longer picking out outfits, which that one green little top, the pale green that we got her, oh my God, she had it on the other day. Adorable. The kid is just something. She's gotten so big, guys. Yeah, she looked so stinking adorable in it. Oh my goodness.
I just thought it was funny that Brett was like, okay.
Yeah, he goes along. Whatever, you know what? Whatever makes me happy, to an extent. He pretty much goes along with. I mean, sometimes like I'll leave something and he'll be like, "Well, are you sure?" And then I end up going back and okay, I guess I'll get it. Because I'll be like, "Well, do I really need it?"
Well, it works out because he gets what he wants and then you get what you want.
So he kind of goes to his section, I go to my section, then we meet back up and kind of compare.
You're still not spending what you normally would in a regular store anyways.
No, definitely not. And we have some times that we go and we don't get a darn thing. So it just really, it depends. Now, we haven't been able to go, we haven't gone since you went with us, I don't think.
Because you've been sick, he's been sick.
Yep. Now I have next weekend off. I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And he's off that weekend, so I'm sure we'll be going because he's got to be going through withdrawal. I mean, we've gone a couple times over to ours, but he's, I'm sure, going through withdrawal. He really enjoys spending the day and hitting all of them. Yeah. So, which, hey, I mean, it's pretty much a cheap day out, depending.
Right.
Sometimes it gets a little nuts, but...
So I think we've cut it pretty darn too close.
Yeah, we got 1 minute left on our battery. So we are going to head on out and watch some podcasts. As always, if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you click the little bell, then you will actually get a notification anytime we put up any video content. Thumbs up, comment. I really enjoy the comments. I try to pretty much answer all of them, or if nothing else, give you a heart.
Don't forget about the cows.
Yes.
Yep.
Get to knitting. Join those cows. We loved the participation last time on the Facebook group. Everybody sharing what they were knitting. It was so fun. Keep that up. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.